Anderson. I have Mario Brown here along with two very special guests. Today we're going to talk about real-world mobile solutions, and it's all about client acquisition strategies. So rather than methods to build sites and SEO and all that kinds of stuff, today we're going to talk about one of the most important things I think we can all grab hold of is how to actually find and secure local clients. And today, Mario, are you on the call with me?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm super excited about the call. We're also going to talk about, mobile SEO and social media with mobile, some of the topics that, really nobody talks about it, so I'm really excited about this call. And Brian, I think with that being said, let's jump right into it and let's introduce our guests.
Okay, I'm going to move forward. So, guys, I want to introduce Maria Gadelis and Tina Williams. Maria, do I have you on the line?
You sure do. Hello there.
Hey. Hi, everybody. We have Maria and Tina. Are you connected to the call?
I am. Hi, guys.
Hi, everybody. So you guys, I think I would do you a disservice doing an introduction. I put a couple bullet points. I would have needed 3 slides to really accurately kind of portray, kind of the resume and the background of both Maria and Tina, both in mobile and social, and then formerly in, kind of Big Six Consulting. So Maria, why don't I let you talk a little bit about kind of who you are and what you focus on, and then Tina the same thing, and then we'll move into the questions.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, because Tina has a little bit different background than I do in a bio, so I'll try to be succinct as possible since you got double the team here. So essentially my background, correct, I started in the early 90s for the Big Six consulting firms, Computer Sciences Corporation, which is now a $12 billion consulting firm or even more, Deloitte & Touche Consulting, Price Waterhouse, and then in the late 90s I started my own consulting and software firm in Southern California, took it from 0 to $3 million in sales in 1 year. We had about 20 employees. That time in 1999-2000, you had to pay a lot of money for your employees versus now because of the internet and global and all these great outsourcing sites. You can get them for, pennies on the dollar. Since then, over the last few years, kind of focused on 3 core revenue streams. One is an information product business that does over $1 million per year with Tina Williams. Another one is a software company that we started last year in March. And Eric Schmidt, the chairman of Google, has invested in it. And we've taken that from a 0 to a $30 million valuation as of today, so that's less than 1 year, and some pretty other major players have invested in that software. And it does involve social media and community building, which is what we're all about, that particular software company. And then the third leg, of course, is consulting, which is what we're talking about today, where we do over $1 million in revenues in that consulting firm as well. In regards to mobile and social media, I'm excited about today's call. I know I'll kind of hand this over to Tina, but essentially if 3 words were to sum up what we do, we'd like to really say we inspire, we motivate, and we educate other people to basically kick butt out there and improve their lifestyle. So take it away, Tina.
Wow, that's a tough act to follow, Maria. Holy schmoly. Wow. I'm impressed. Can I just sit back and listen?
Sure.
Basically, Maria's right. We both come from a little bit different worlds, but I have spent many years, 10 years, a little bit more than that, in Manhattan working in employment agency businesses, and we did work with all the Fortune 500 companies. So we acted as consultants with these companies to help their staff, get their staff, train their staff, and deal with all the ins and outs of how to handle staffing. Then I went to the mom's market because 4 children later I had no choice in the matter, and I was not going back and forth to Manhattan. So I started with affiliate marketing. I was just one of those nice moms sitting home at 2 o'clock in the morning doing affiliate marketing, making anywhere between $2,000 and $10,000 a month doing affiliate marketing and eBay sales. And I fell into social media when Twitter came out, wrote a book on it, Maria and I published it, and literally social media has been my gig since then. Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, the social media hat trick is my forte. And working with Maria, we have educational programs that do all types of training on that, as well as my own consulting business, where I work with all different types of businesses to take them to the next level. As well as educate, motivate, educate, and inspire. Maria and I have one thing, if not now, when? We are experts at kicking butt to success.
I love it. Okay, very impressive, very impressive. Also, what I love about you guys, besides all the achievements that you have there, is how you guys are able to basically deliver, actually, teaching also other people and getting them to take action. I mean, you guys have such a huge following of raving fans, really. That's something that I'm very, very much impressed by. Just want to give you guys credit there because, it's well known that you guys really always over-deliver. And with that being said, what we're going to do is we're going to ask you a couple of questions. Basically, the most we're going to get asked questions that we get all the time, but we want to hear other people's opinions and their take on it, especially people who are out there actually doing it. So, Brian, I think let's jump right into the first question, right?
Absolutely, and let's move on, guys. I'll start it off, and I'll throw it out to either of you first, and we'll let you both kind of talk about it. This is all about client acquisition, and what we have here is, Maria, what are your absolute 2 top strategies that you use when you are looking to secure a new mobile client? Maybe it's a restaurant or a retail store. Are there 2 strategies that you have in mind that you want to share with the audience today that make a lot of sense?
Yeah, sure, and I'll let Tina answer this too, because believe it or not, the cool thing about us is that we do agree to disagree, or we have different strategies, and it all works towards the same goal. But from my perspective, the 2 top strategies is, one thing is referrals. And I know if anyone's listening to this right now, and if you're just getting started, you're like, well, how in the world can I get referrals if I haven't done this yet? Listen, there's many ways, and you've probably heard this before, and the reason why you might have heard this before, whether it be from us or Mario and Brian or even others who teach consulting educational courses, because it works. The referrals, what I mean by that is using your zone of influence. It's so hard to sell cold to a restaurant owner or a business owner that doesn't know you. It really is. So the number 1 Top Gun strategy, hands down, is using your zone of influence. And let's get down to action, right? Right now, write down on a pen, paper, write down 10 people you know. Could even be your best friends, could be friends you graduated from college or people you work with. I don't care who they are. You have to write those 10 down. And then make it your goal in the next 24 hours to call them. So simply call them and say, hey, I just started a mobile consulting firm. I help businesses get more customers by using mobile marketing. Would you happen to know of any business that could use more sales or more customers, right? And let them answer. Just shut up and stick to the script and let them answer, right? Because you're not forcing them to say, oh, it's my business, I could use that. You're actually doing a soft kind of, warm them into what you want them to do. But they might say, well, yeah, I know, my place where I get my nails done, gosh, I know they could use that. Or, my favorite restaurant, I know the owner, I know they could do that. Just recently in London, Ontario, some of my best friends, I went to school since like grade 4 with. One of her friends, which I would have no clue about this, it's not a topic you bring up when you're having a glass of wine with her or something. It turns out that one of her best friends owns a pizza restaurant, and they do $2 million a year in revenues. So, that would be perfect. Sorry for my language, Brian and Mark. That would be perfect one. So really, just make it a goal to get out there and own those 10 in your zone. Because if you're not talking to anyone, you're not making any money, right? So that's my one top strategy. The second one is quite simply like sales or JVs, meaning we have someone in Orlando that, I'll just give you this example, someone in Orlando that is really well connected with famous public speakers, gurus in the information marketing world, or authors and all that stuff. And you know what? He is just like, it's like kid in a candy shop. He's selling this all day long for us for $2,500. And it's really simple what the delivery is for these particular clients. So what I mean is that you're activating an outside sales rep for you, for your company, and as long as you give them a good cut of the revenues, and by the way, they may end up wanting to be an account manager with your consulting firm, and maybe own part or be like a partner of your consulting firm. That's another topic, another webinar discussion, Mario and Brian, but you got to think about how you structure your consulting company, because even though you could be working from home, you know, in your PJs, making lots of money with this, if you could set yourself up correctly so you appear like a big company and you can attract Top Gun salespeople to work with you. And that's sort of like a JV in a way. JV is kind of like a third strategy, meaning, you know, hit up, you know, one realtor broker office, for instance, and offer to do mobile sites for all of their realtors underneath them. So that's sort of like a JV. And when we're ready during this webinar to get to it, Mario and Brian, I do want to address, it's not just mobile usually we talk about. We usually don't always lead all the time with mobile. We kind of talk social media with it as well, because that's just as hot. But I just want to point that out, because I don't want anyone thinking that Maria and Tina, that's all they do is mobile client stuff. We kind of look at a business holistically as well in our sales strategy. Does that make sense, Mario and Brian?
Oh, absolutely. And we're going to actually, later on, we're going to ask you a little bit about, you know, if you upsell clients or what you're going to lead in with. So that makes total sense. I totally understand.
Great.
And thanks for sharing. I really appreciate it. Tina, do you want to chime in on that question? Or?
Sure, absolutely, because I use a little bit different strategy than Maria does, because the workshop model is my favorite, and that is what I use throughout my business and still to this day. And I know I felt the cringe the minute I said workshop, that some of you were like, oh goodness, public speaking, I got to get out there. No, guys, you know, keep that out of the box strategy, because you don't necessarily have to do workshops in front of people. I'll give you two tools that could be ways that you can do workshops. Go to meeting, or I'm sorry, now it's on the tip of my, meetup.com, and go to webinar. You can do webinars to do a workshop and do it completely virtually, where you never have to get out of your PJs to do the workshop model, or you can use meetup.com, another great strategy that technically meetups are in person, but there are some strategies that you can use with Meetup to take it virtual as well. Now, any of the three ways that you choose, the workshop model is like shooting fish in a barrel. You attract the people that have a need, want, and desire, or a problem that needs to be solved. Primarily, they want to get into mobile marketing, and you give them a high-level presentation, and the most important thing when you do a workshop is a strong call to action. High level, you don't need to teach them everything they need to know, unless, of course, you are doing a training workshop, which is a cool way to make a residual income too. But if you're looking to bring clients in, high-level presentation, giving them exactly why you're the solution to their problem, and with a strong call to action at the end. Workshop model is my over-the-top favorite.
I love it. I love it. That's a great strategy for sure. And also there's a tool coming out right now that everybody's raving about. I've been playing around with it. It's called meetingburner.com, I think. Yes. And it seems to be like GoToWebinar, but like 1/3 of the price for everybody on the call. If you guys want to check it out, check it out. I'm playing around with it. It looks cool. I don't trust it enough yet to do webinars on it, but I love the strategy of workshops, and especially virtual workshops, because we all know that a lot of people are afraid of, to get out there and in front of people, and public speaking supposedly is like, is it like, aren't people more afraid of that than death, I heard, or something crazy like that?
Yes, they are. It's one of the top fears out there. And Mario, I can actually attest to the fact that I saw thanks to Adam, who you had mentioned is on the call, I actually saw a presentation of Meeting Burner, and it would be a great tool in your toolbox for doing the workshop model.
Ah, very nice. Brian, let's jump on to the next question.
All right, guys, let's move along here. So, sticking with mobile, and we'll blend this per Maria and Tina's comments with social media as well. This is about mobile website clients vis-a-vis SMS clients. So, ladies, Maria, do you have a different approach for finding mobile website clients? And you may not even differentiate the two. Do you separate out mobile website from an SMS opportunity? Do you blend them together? I have a feeling you're going to tell me it's a holistic sale, but why don't I turn it over to you?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I gotta be honest. And man, this is so hard because I know if you're listening right now and you don't have even one client yet and haven't started your consult firm yet, which I think, and I know Mario and Brian and Tina, all of us agree, it is the most lucrative business to start right now, and you can really create, not just a six-figure but $1 million consulting firm with this, hands down. When you're first starting, can I answer it two ways, Brian?
Sure.
If you were first starting and
Absolutely.
versus what I do now? Okay. What I do now, to be honest, is we really truly get so many referrals in. It's a lot more than just they need a mobile website. Like even one example, and I can't reveal the name of the company out in Silicon Valley, but they have this really cool breath energy kind of tactic, and it's a PhD from Stanford, fabulous woman, and they created a mobile app for testing your breath and what's wrong with how you breathe so that you can heal yourself and blah blah blah, just all this really cool stuff in the health niche. But bottom line is, a lot of times clients come to us and go, how can we make more money with this? This works, this is really good, we get great reviews. That's usually the pain of our particular prospects that have, they don't know how to really monetize their business right with this internet thing, right? And I know I digress to mobile apps, but I got to talk about that for a sec, because it is a way to get a client mobile, right? So in this case, we created a squeeze page, video sales page for her. And we also, what is a mobile website? Is it using some cool tools out there to develop a mobile site? Or is it simply, this is really interesting that you need to think about for your business, even when you're just starting, what kind of service you're offering. Maybe it's simply using, making sure that web page that has a video sales letter on it actually is mobile optimized. Like, gosh, even a main internet guru 2 days ago sent me something. Let me go check this out. It's cool. I checked it out on my iPhone. What guru is that? It didn't even freaking work on my iPhone. And I could have bought it, for my iPhone. And so if like over 40% of people are accessing, their browser from a mobile device, iPad, iPhone, Android device, then good God, how many sales is that guru missing out on? And if they'd only known that it's really, a software tool and a 10-minute technique to make your, video mobile optimized. So the answer to the different approach to finding mobile website clients, my different approach is I'm more finding clients that just need to increase their sales online, period, right? And they come to us for that reason rather than saying, they rarely come to us having the pain of, I need a mobile website, please help me. I just got to be honest with you on that, right?
And Maria, what we see is,
yep.
We've seen, on these past calls, I mean, it is such a good point because I agree. I lead with typically search and visibility. It's all about customers, not about any one technical aspect. But what we've seen is a lot of people are honing in on mobile one because obviously there's almost a sensationalism that's a craze that's going on not only with marketers but with end user customers that are it's easy to get excited when you're a restaurant owner and you see half the store playing on their iPhones, playing Angry Birds or Temple Run or text messaging, and it seems to be a good door opener. And I guess the question we get all the time is, should I come in and approach them with the need for a mobile website, or should I hit them more holistically with a website and SMS? I think that's probably a better way to ask the question.
Well, thank you, and I'll be really short and succinct, and then I'll let Tina take it away. The answer is I don't do that because a client won't even know what the heck SMS is, and they're like, what the heck is that, right? I more like will offer, and our students use this tactic and it works really well because they seem to know Facebook more than mobile still today, and I'm not trying to burst anyone's bubbles on this call right now. So we give everyone a script to use saying, because you always have to have an urgency or call to action, right? An irresistible offer. So we say, hey, if you we're having a 2-for-1 deal. If you decide to invest with me today for only $1,000, we'll not only build a mobile optimized website for you, but we'll also build a Facebook business page for you. And that's huge. Our students our students having real success with that because they know Facebook, they get it. Now, someone on this webinar right now might be asking, well, what if they already have a Facebook page? Because that does exist now, because this wasn't like 3 years ago when we were teaching set up Facebook web pages for businesses. Easy answer. you will do a Facebook review or makeover of their page for them. Like you'll optimize their existing Facebook business page, because this is a huge opportunity. I'm giving you a whole golden nugget, whoever's on this right now. I know, Tina, you brought it up. So, Tina, why don't you talk about it? I shouldn't steal your thunder.
That's okay. No, that's all right. Hey, Maria, that's okay. You know what, because I'm going to go in a little bit different direction if Brian and Mario, if you don't mind, is I'm going to start with the listener. Guys, I want you to write down your passion right now. What is your comfort zone? This is where Maria and I are different with our strategies, and why we do so well together is because my forte, as you heard me say earlier, is social media, that hat trick gig, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and then I branch out from there. I'm not telling you, I love mobile, and I'm doing a lot with mobile right now, but I lead with my comfort zone, my passion, what I'm best at, and I feel I can speak to best, because you want to be positioned as an expert. So on your piece of paper that you're taking notes on right now, write, if you could do one thing all day long for a customer, what would be the thing that really gets your juices flowing, that you either have an outsourcer that rocks at or you're good at and you like, and then go from there, because you're going to find that you shine more when you're out there in the market getting clients. So start with you and then go from there. Maria and I will probably talk about the CPC methodology later, but then it's easy as pie for me. My very first question to a client is, what's your objective? Always. First question I ask to my daughters on a daily basis, to our students on a daily basis, and to clients, what's your objective? I don't do anything without that answer. And we have a little formula called the MET formula. Is it more money? Is it more exposure? Or is it more traffic? And once we get the answer to that question, and I know you guys are probably saying, but isn't it all of it? No. From concept to creation, we almost force them, drill down with them to answer just one answer, that one main objective. Then we move from there. And if it's mobile that we think will do it, great. If it's Facebook, then we kind of formulate the best plan. If it's SMS, cool. But that's what we start with. So you start with you and then start with them.
Hey, Tina.
Yes.
And just because I know that there might be individuals listening to this that might be just starting, I do have to say this, because I know they want a golden nugget of, but wait, I'm still going, how could I, sexily sell mobile, right, seductively? I will tell you what works when I do talk to my clients or prospective clients. When I just pull out a stat sell, right? When I just pull out a stat that, did you know that there's over a 90% open rate on text messaging, like when you get a text message on your phone? And it really intrigues them. And I say, are you building a mobile customer database? And they won't know a clue what that means, right? Even though it's pretty simple words, mobile customer database. I'm telling you, that does always intrigue them. And hey, I can help you build like a VIP mobile club for your business. Just with your existing customers, just get them to sign up so you can keep in touch with them, because the text messaging is what, like, email marketing is going to become kind of like the fax machine. Less and less people are opening up emails. Your open rates, I don't use the word open rate. I try to stay away from like marketing terms with your business owner, because they won't understand it, and a confused mind will say no to the sale. But they do understand keeping a relationship with their existing customers, increasing their sales by selling more stuff to their existing customers. How can they do that? How do they keep in touch with them? So they do understand, if you say that, hey, the statistics say over 90% of text messages get open, why don't you start a VIP mobile club for your customers? Like, they don't have to charge anything for it to their customers. You charge to set it up. So in this case, you could easily charge $1,000 up front and $1,000 a month to do, or $500 a month, whatever. Depends how many text messages sent out and all that stuff. But does that make sense? Because I think, Brian and Mario, you're looking for something also concrete.
It makes total sense, actually. And it's interesting, we know from our customers that it's always interesting when people start out, they want like a silver bullet, or at least they want a simple strategy, like, what should I charge? And they want to hear, charge $4.97, and then they can run with it. Or what service should I offer? Offer mobile and run with it. And they want like the easy fix, but I hear what you're saying, because every business at the end of the day is unique. And I like Tina's approach, where you focus on your strengths, because if you focus on your passion and you talk to the business owner, you get automatically more attractive when they see the passion in your eyes, and attractive in a sense, attracting business, and so that's how I think about it. But with that being said, guys, well, we have so much to cover, and I love where this is heading. So Brian, let's jump right into the next question, if you don't mind.
Nope, absolutely. We'll move along. Now we're going to talk a little bit about objections. So you're leading with that passion, and say for me, it's I'm more of a local search guy historically, and I'm leading with the passion, and I'm getting the pushback from the client. I know what I typically hear, whether it's mobile or social media or the intersection of the two. Let's start with Tina. Tina, what kind of objections are you hearing, and how do you counter those?
A lot of it is just general skepticism, and it comes from fear. People are used to doing things the old way, and it comes down to three things. Clients need either new customers, they need to retain customers, or to increase purchases from their current customers. That's what they need. And their objections are coming in because something's new and different. They maybe don't understand it. And if you can just simply show them that you can solve their problems, and again, I say simply because when you get down, Maria hit the nail on the head, confused minds don't buy, and they don't go to the next level. So a lot of the objections that I'm seeing, especially with mobile, is maybe they don't have a smartphone in front of them. They don't understand what the difference is and what the needs are with mobile technology. So if you can just simply express to them that you can help them solve their problems to either get new customers, or retain the current customers they have, or increase the purchases from their current client base, I find it very simple. As long as they just want their fears dispelled, and they want to know that you're the person that can do it successfully for them, because there is a lot of skepticism out there because of fear.
Agreed. That's a great answer. Yeah, I see fear all the time, and you're right. It's fear of the unknown. I don't get that social media thing. Oh gosh, I really don't get that whole mobile thing, whatever.
And they don't want to learn it. They don't want to learn it. They want to know that you're the person. They want to have confidence that you can just take it away from them, that you can take that fear and that pain away. So your credibility, your confidence comes from your credibility. If you can come across credible and confident, and you can take fear and pain away, you've killed all objections.
And Tina, if you think about it, what you're saying, rings so true. For those of you out here that don't have a portfolio, you don't have a history or a client base, your poise and your confidence will speak volumes for you. And when you're actually in the deal or in the sale, and you're talking to that customer, they want to feel like you just ooze expertise and knowledge. And you know what's not going to come out of their mouth? Give me 8 references of people you've done this, this, and this for. They're going to know that you know everything about whatever that subject is. And if you do that, you can be brand new and come across the same as Maria or Tina or Mario or myself.
Absolutely.
So yeah, great answer. Thank you. Maria, why don't we throw it over to you, please?
Yeah, well, while Tina was talking, I wrote 3 things down, and Tina wrapped up with the third item I had. One is pick a niche, go deep in it. 2 is bring statistics, and 3, credibility and confidence, which totally is what Tina talked about. So the objections is fear, and also, frankly, they've all been screwed before by spending a lot of money. This happens, I'm sure, Brian and Mario, you see this too. So many prospects or business owners I talk to, well, I just paid $5,000 to this information technology firm to develop membership site software for me, and I still don't have it working. And I look at her, and I'm at a networking event, and I look at her and I said, well, why don't you just pay $200 and buy wish list membership software? It's already done. There's already solutions out there. So she didn't know, so she got screwed, right? So stuff like that is happening out there to so many people. And it happened to me. 5 years ago, I paid $5,000 a month for 3 months for someone. Basically, one of the things that will help you get credibility and confidence, because they've got fear, they've been ripped off before by other consulting firms. So what will make you different? What will make you unique? Why will they want to do business with you, right? Well, bring out stats. Because if you're just starting, you might be kind of, oh yeah, I don't feel confident myself. But if you feel confident and practice in front of a mirror, quoting out statistics, like when I first started in going after small businesses in consulting in Las Vegas years ago, I constantly used the front cover of Inc. magazine. I think it was a 2009 or 2008 Inc. magazine cover, and on the cover was Ford Modeling Agency increases sales 150% by using YouTube videos. It was just that. And so I just used that, and it perked people's interest and the credibility. I was borrowing YouTube's brand. I was borrowing Ford Modeling Agency, and all of a sudden they wanted to talk to me and help me land a $50,000 client. You know, and I was in a networking event. I just mentioned, oh, well, but you know, and that sort of social media video and stuff. But the point is, if you could find just some simple stats on mobile. You know, like, did you know that over 1/3 of the people on Facebook use mobile? And so if you don't optimize your website to be mobile optimized, all these people maybe that you get from Facebook, you're losing sales. So, you know, all these things, you don't need to be an expert at all. But how do you position yourself as an expert is that way. And then another way is the niche. If you've got a target into one niche, and a lot of you might not know what niche to go after, I get it. Nobody really knows. It goes back to what Tina said, your passion a little bit, because if you use your zone of influence and kind of do like a shotgun approach to get whatever client you can to get your portfolio up, build your confidence. Well, the problem is they're probably going to be all over the board, the niches. Now, go with the niche that you feel comfortable with. That's exactly what happened to me, right? I decided certain niches I didn't like doing business with. In fact, I even gave back a $3,000 check to someone because I really hated working with that niche. I just didn't want to do it. But you'll get more credibility. Like a dentist will refer other dentists to you if you specialize in dentists, and even if you don't know squat about a mobile website for dentists yet, you could position yourself as the expert for mobile websites and SMS text campaigns for dental practices. And guess what? After you do work for your first clients, your first dentist, you can rinse and repeat and template that out. So you just made your life, I love working less and making more money. You made your life a heck of a lot easier because now you don't have to relearn objections and language of your client base in 10 different niches. You just have to learn more the words. Like, for instance, dentists don't use the word clients. They use patients. You know, would you like to increase your patient flow in your practice? They don't use business. They use practice. So these kind of nuances you'll pick up as well, and just makes it a lot easier. So that's my 3 cents worth.
I love it. I remember actually back in the day when I just got started with local marketing, I remember that I bought you Mind Map. That's like 2.5 years ago, I think. And yeah. I remember the first time, as it was yesterday, when I talked to this client and I found her on Craigslist, and I didn't have the confidence that I have today. So I remember how much confidence it gave me just having my mind map on the computer, opening the laptop, and having something to lean on, so to speak. It wasn't stats, but it was just like a nice mind map mapping out all the services that I could do for her and her law firm. So I know exactly what you mean. It's just nice, you know, if you don't feel confident yet, if you have something like stats, a PowerPoint presentation that you kind of can, you know, refer to, and it just helps because I was in that exact situation. Brian, let's jump right on to the next one. I'm going to push, man. We have so much to cover.
Yep, let's do it, guys. This is fabulous. I love the direction. So when we get to my question about niches, we can all laugh. So hang on a second. Let's see. Pricing, and I think this is a big one. Maybe we could spend some time on it. And I know, Maria, the way you price now is probably different from when you were, quote unquote, a newbie. Tina, probably the same thing. Mario, I know you and I we've bantered countless hours on this subject. Let's talk about pricing. We could talk about mobile, social media, mobile and social intersecting. What do you guys think? Maria, how about you? What do you think on pricing for a typical, let's call it a small client? Maybe it's a restaurant in somebody's town. We have Gonti on the phone who is asking some questions. He's here in Atlanta. Gonti calls on a local restaurant. Where do you see pricing at? What's your methodology to come up with that price for that restaurant?
I really try to lead with customer lifetime value of that restaurant owner or of that business owner. So I try to determine with them what the value of a new customer is. Why? Because then you could lead into selling your services based on a return on investment. And that's really important because, you know, business owners get that. They know that. Even us, you know, if you start making money now, you got all this money in your bank account, you're like, crap, what did I invest it? Where can I get a good return on investment? It's just the language we speak. So for them, how do you price your mobile deals? if you find out, like for a cosmetic surgeon, that the lifetime value of a new customer for a cosmetic surgeon is over $20,000, even more. I know, Tina, what was it that we calculated it for your cosmetic surgeon?
His average, yeah, we came up with about 12,000 was his average service.
Average service, and then typically over a 5 or 6 year period, they come back about 3 times. Times that by 12, that's 36,000. So let's just take 40 as a easy. Well, let's take 30. Let's be conservative. So if a brand new customer to a cosmetic surgeon is $30,000, you look like a fool if you go in and say, "I'll do this mobile website for you for $500." So you see how we're talking about positioning now, because the exact same work you would do for $500, they're expecting you to say $5,000, $20,000, and then they'll take you seriously. Because here's how you sell it. You say, listen, so if a brand new customer to you is worth $30,000, Mr. Prospect, then when you invest $20,000 with me, all I need to do is to get you one new customer, and your investment is paid off plus more, and then everything else after that is just gravy. Like, where can you buy a stock like that? So that's sort of how I attack it now, and we really try to teach that now, because people are being undersold and they get frustrated after they go and sell 10 mobile sites for $500. They're frustrated because they did a load of work and they don't have a lot of money in their bank account. And that's really important. Now, I get it. When you're first starting out, you go, yeah, but I need a price sheet. I need to charge maybe $4.99 or $7.99. So for all of you who are the analytical green personalities, then I will tell you that then start somewhere so you have a comfort level. Just start at $9.99. Have a 50% off deal. Hey, if you decide to join with me for the first, because I'm new in the city, for the first 3 clients or first 3 chiropractors that join with me today, you can get a 50% off deal, but you got to decide in the next 24 hours. Always do it that way, and then you sure as heck better increase your prices significantly after you get those first few clients. Because I get it. A lot of people, when you first start your first business, nothing wrong with learning on the client's dime, so to say. I know that's a weird answer, but I've done that. One of my first SEO clients years and years ago paid me $5,000 up front, $2,000 a month, and I was still putting together my whole team on doing the whole reputation management, SEO and stuff for that particular client. And so I learned from that, and then increased my prices after. I built my team, my systems around basically getting funded. Instead of going and raising $10,000 from a bank to go start your new business, get your clients to fund your business. So that was a long answer to that, but I hope that was take the jewels from that, because that helps you determine who your target market is, the customer lifetime value of that niche.
Love it. Perfect answer. And Tina, maybe you want to dive into social media. I know that's your strong suit, and I think a lot of people are interested in that as well.
Exactly. Yeah, with pricing, that is definitely where I would go with that. But Maria touched upon something very briefly that I want to come back to, is who do you see when you look in the mirror, guys? When you're out there pricing, you need to be able to say numbers that you can look in the mirror and comfortably say to yourself, because it's easy. Maria sat on my shoulder for many a year saying, add a zero, add a zero, add a zero. Literally, because I tell you, it was a darn like devil on my shoulder. Get the heck off my shoulder and leave me alone. But literally, it went from me charging $3.95 to for a Twitter account several years ago to right now, I don't drop for under 15,000. My
Tina,
yes, add a
tell
zero.
them the story of Tina. Tell them the story of the email you just got two days ago. It was unbelievable, but it's a story that people on this call will remember, and it speaks so well of where you are today from where you started. Because a lot of people might be just starting, and I want all of you to have a goal to shoot for.
Which one?
The one where that person asked, you're still offering these services at these prices.
Oh gosh, yeah. I was
email?
like, are you kidding me? Yes, yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, I got an email. Maria and I did a boot camp in Las Vegas, and I was a guest speaker there, like 3 years ago, and we did a done-for-you service where I think I was doing Twitter, Facebook. It was part of the package, and I don't know where the heck this guy even found it from, and he sent me an email saying, I want to hire you to do this outsourcing as if I was just an outsourcer. And at the time, we were doing a little done-for-you package and kind of helping people out with that. And it was literally $395 to do a Twitter and Facebook account together. And I was like, are you kidding me? No. That's not what we do. So we were laughing at this email because he had found it from like 3 years ago. And as I said, right now, 15 grand is my bottom line, and I do full circle success packages. I take that question, the MET formula, determine what they need, if it's money, exposure, and traffic, and I build campaigns. I do campaign creation around it. Now, I know you may be saying, oh, geez, but I can't just go out and charge $15,000 for people, stuff like that. You can. If you are saying, geez, I just want to do simple mobile sites to get my feet wet, that's okay. You have to be able to look in the mirror and save the money comfortably and sell yourself. You'll be able to add a zero as you build your confidence. And again, as you build your confidence, your credibility will get stronger and stronger, and then you will be able to ask for big numbers too. There's a student that we just worked with. Literally, when I first started working with her, she was doing like $300 for a real estate site, was her very first client. Within a month of working with her directly, she went out and first got a $6,000 check from a client, then jumping up and down, calling me, same client, we worked it out, did the mirror exercise with her, got a $25,000 check with a $125,000 a year commitment from this guy. If she can do it, you can too. And mobile is one of the big premises around this particular contract because this client has a website. She is following that full circle success package. She is doing many things for him, but his immediate need, like if you asked him what he wanted, mobile was what he wanted. She's putting QR codes on all of his various different places for him, everywhere from his business cards for his employees to his packaged products. So it can be done, guys, but it starts with you and who you see in the mirror.
Love it, love it. And I would chime in, but I want to get through the questions because that's great stuff, and I want to get more out of you guys. So Brian, let's jump on right to the next one. Thanks for sharing.
All right, now we're getting into tooling. So when you're actually involved in the sale, whether you were referred, you just walked in, you met them at a networking group, what do you use to help you close that deal? Do you use a PowerPoint, maybe something on your iPad? You got an ROI spreadsheet, you kind of show the lifetime value of the customer. Do you use any of this? And if so, what kind of documents or tools do you use? And Tina, why don't we start with you? We'll continue where you left off.
Simple as that. I use the Blueprint. The Blueprint is my forte for everything. It's my lead-in. Especially for me, I will do it, Maria, as Maria, you talked about that before, Maria's Blueprint. I have taken that and I've restructured the original Blueprint to lead with social media, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, and then how it ties into mobile marketing, QR codes, SMS campaigns, as well as whatever else might be necessary. I use a few tricks with that Blueprint because I put locks and keys on it. Usually if I'm going to see a client, I may do a little bit of a specific Blueprint for them and their business without, if I haven't done probing questions or had that kind of meeting with them yet, I'll spec out what I think would work for them, and then on the notes, I'll put little locks, like a little picture of a lock. Man, who doesn't want what they can't have? That is a great closing tool, one, and an upsell tool, two. So the Blueprint, and I laminate it. I always laminate it on colored paper, and we teach this to our students as well, and you never give it to them. Never. Even if they want to look at it, you can let them hold it, but maybe don't even take your hand off of it, and make sure you let them know that that's the only copy and it comes to you, back to you, unless they pay for it, of course. And we charge $2,500 to $5,000 for a blueprinting session, and that comes back with you unless they want to engage in business with you. A little teasy there, huh?
I like it, though. I love the lock. I never thought of that. That's such a fabulous idea.
Oh, man, can I tell you, with 4 kids, I love to lock stuff up and make them want it.
I got 4 kids, too.
That's
Patience.
funny.
It's all about patience.
Exactly. So, Maria, what else you got? We have a lot of different tools. That value calculator is like one of her that's an amazing product that Maria created.
Yeah, we have the customer lifetime value calculator software. We let our students private label that to their own name or brand, and that helps them. They can use it on their iPad, their iPhone, whatever, computer. I definitely lead with the Blueprint as well, the mind map. Make it a habit, all of you, to carry one around, and laminate it, because I still remember a few years back, one of J.J. Childers, some of you may know, he's like one of the world's leading wealth attorneys, and he's written a book with Donald Trump as well. He invited me, he comped me into a Armin Moran 2000K seminar, big seminar and stuff, because he wanted me to help him with his marketing strategy. And so when I met him there, we really just sat in the side room while the conference was going on, and I just showed him, the mind map of what we could do for him. And right away, he just said, quote unquote, Maria, you know that I'm on the stage worldwide, and I'm speaking with some of the world's leading marketing experts in the world. And he said, but you're the only marketing consultant or expert that's ever showed me how all the pieces fit together and how this makes sense and how it's so step by step. And I may not understand every single thing on that mind map you show me, but all I know is how much, when can you start, and how much will it be? So yeah, so that, and in the customer lifetime value and PowerPoints, I do have 2 pages of a PowerPoint that either I use or I even provide to our sales reps. Real simple. It's usually showing a sales funnel, because a lot of customers don't understand, or business owners don't understand, the whole sales funnel process, and that's how you can promise and guarantee that. It's a mafia offer we use. Hey, look, we'll do a customized blueprinting session with you, and when you invest $2,500 with me today, when we get finished in that 2-hour blueprinting session, I guarantee you I'll show you how you will double your investment with me. So if I don't show you how to make $5,000 from that blueprint, then I will give you your money back, and you can keep the blueprint we created for you. And so that's a wonderful way to pre-qualify your prospect as well, because who would say no to that offer unless they had no freaking money to pay you, right?
And then can I give the 2 things that are your best friends in business? No and next.
Right.
They can't pay you and they can't work with you. No and next, because there's always somebody who will value what you have, and they're going to be the better client to work with anyway. Don't change. Let them come to you.
Yeah, and the other tool, I'm just throwing stuff out here, but please, everyone, write this down, and then, pick ones that you feel comfortable with. The other tool that's really important, and I learned this, 10 years ago from one of the best closers in the world. He really, was one of the best closers in the world. Companies would hire him just to present at these huge seminars where thousands of people were in there, because the guy was just incredible. He would just like everyone to be, panting and bringing their wallets and purses out, trying to throw money at whatever he was selling. He was so good. And I'm kind of friends with him, and he taught me a couple of things. And one thing that he always led with, which I found fascinating, were statistics. And I know you've heard me and Tina talk about this before, and I know, Mario, I see some of the answers in the chat box that you guys can provide that with Mobile Takeover. But really, if you could just have some statistics at your fingertips or on a 1-page PowerPoint about, say, the power of mobile. It's huge, and there's kind of a formula for that, and I usually don't teach this. I usually teach this for our higher-end elite coaching students, but I will give you guys a tip. It's a psychological formula that you give at least 6 or 7 statistics, and then whatever you say next, they will believe. So whatever you say next will be about, what's that?
I said nice, sweet, I love it.
Yeah, and just watch that. Success leaves clues. Watch professional speakers, like the really good ones that close. Don't watch ones that are just excitement and enthusiastic. Ones that are known to be closers, because sometimes the closers aren't the nicest people. But well, I shouldn't say that. But what I mean is that you go watch a presenter or someone presenting, and sometimes you just feel so awesome. You clap your hand and all that stuff. But then no one really buys from them. They just got a really good entertainment, from the engagement. But then there's other people that kind of might be crass or maybe not as good from the content or education point of view, but for some reason everyone's running back to the room and paying. Well, I'm telling you, it's a guarantee a lot of times because they use stories, but also statistics. And again, pull 6 or 7, and by the 7th one, 8th one, then you revert to what your company can do for them, and you just put them in a persuasive NLP type tactic that whatever that is, they will believe. And watch presidential campaigns, politics, they use that all the time. Watch their ads. Just watch it. Success leaves clues. Watch brilliant marketers doing it. And you will be successful. One of the best source of statistics I find, and there's lots of them, and we all provide them all, but Borellis and Associates, Tina and I have used that for selling a $10,000 program of ours. Borellis and Associates has great statistics on local business and mobile marketing, and you know, there's a slide of theirs we use in a lot of our presentations, so you know, just Google that, you guys, and you will find a motherload of golden nuggets for yourself.
Nice, love it. And Brian, I think let's jump.
Before we go on, Mario, Maria, will you spell that name, and I'll put it in the chat box. Keith and a few others are asking for that. That'd be fabulous.
Yeah, B-O-R-R-E-L-L-I-S as in Sam. I believe that's the Borellis. It might be one R.
Yeah, I think it might be one R, but
Associates.
you're pretty close.
Got it. Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. All right, next, here's where we're at. We have one question left that's kind of generic, and I have a feeling we're gonna modify that question when it comes up next. And then I have a direct question from Maria, and Maria is on a tight schedule, guys. So Maria, that'll probably be your cue to head out. And then we have Tina, and we're going to go into a direct question with you that kind of intersects mobile and social. So we're kind of wrapping up the directed questions, if you will. So I just want to give you some heads up. And here goes. So now let's look at niches. Just what we wanted to talk about. So I know you hear it all the time. If you had to, oh, I hate to say this one, but if you had to start over today and you had 90 days, you know, what niches would you truly target? Are there niches, we heard about some that maybe you don't like and you would actually give checks back, but what are the ones that you are passionate about and that you would actually seek out, whether you're an expert or a beginner? What's your favorite niche? And Maria, how about you?
Ones that make a lot of money.
That's right. Those are my favorite.
I just got to say it because we've been, you know, so, you guys must see it too. There's so, like, you have great educational programs, we have great educational programs, and really we all truly care. I think that's why we're all on this webinar together, and we you know, like each other's stuff, we promote each other's stuff. The thing is, it really kills us when we see individuals following some of the steps that we teach, but they're not walking away for check or money. And unfortunately, it's because they were knocking on the wrong door, right? You know, some individuals were going after the alternative health niche, but broke businesses that in the alternative health niche that weren't making much money. So I hate to say it because I know I'd like to heal the world and help in that niche as well. I'm passionate about it, but think about it. Wouldn't you be able to help more individuals over the world if you had $1 million in your bank account? Because then maybe you could fund, you know, someone in an internal health niche that has some cool thing that could help heal people, whatever. Because I'm passionate about that niche, I'm just telling you. But I wouldn't advise someone to start there if those businesses don't have much money to pay you, or modify your strategy so you just template it out, baby. Like you get a mobile optimized website with a straight template, and you just, that's it. No customization. Boom. You know, that customer gets that. So if I were starting all over again, though, I would do at least a day of planning and write down a bunch of niches that you want to go after or think you could go after, and feel in your gut which ones you like the best, and then make sure they have a higher customer lifetime value, like plastic surgeons, cosmetic surgery, cosmetic dentists. Those niches have money to spend, and they would be willing to go mobile because they know that their patients are on mobile devices, right? Because typically they attract a higher net worth client or customer or patient, and so typically higher net worth client or customers' patients are using mobile devices. Statistics show, for instance, that 80% of QR code user scanners make over, I think it's 80,000 or 100,000 a year in salary, okay? So other niches that I happen to like, believe it or not, the guru niche. A lot of them are doing it wrong. I don't even know if to call that a niche, right, guys? But the thing is, there's a lot of authors out there that have books but don't know how to publish them, and they've got money. They've already spent $15,000, $20,000 to a PR agency to help them. So that's that, and they know the importance of exposure, because a mobile optimized website could be as simple as a site that has a simple video of them reading out their first chapter. Aha! So someone, that's $1 million business opportunity right there. Just go to Amazon, go after the top 10 offers, do that. Now, The niches I stay away from, I'd rather answer that. I hate plumbing. Everyone recommends going after plumbers, and if you guys do, I apologize in advance. But I have no interest to do business with a plumber. I really don't. And when I look at the customer lifetime value of a plumber, I don't get it. I don't see it, right? Because a customer lifetime value of a plumber, if I have to go get my leaky faucet fixed, in my house in the last 3 years, I've only had to call a plumber twice to fix leaky pipes. It was about $200. So I'm only worth $400 to that plumber. How in the world can you go in and say and charge that plumber $1,000 through the mobile site if a new customer to them is only worth $400? See, the return on investment isn't there. Where a chiropractor, let's go up a little higher level. Typically, a chiropractor, $60 to $100 you pay on your visits. Say you go back about 5 times because you're in pain. All right, so that's worth $500. Say over a year, you might go back maybe twice, so that now you're worth $1,000 that chiropractor. Typically, over a 5-year period, you're going back more often. So say you go 3 more times. So now you're worth $3,000. A new customer to chiropractor is worth $3,000. I can easily justify a $1,000 to $3,000 initial package, right? So I've gone after chiropractors as my initial niches because it was just darn easy, easy to dominate on Google Page 1 as well. Mobile site would be darn easy for them. You could template that out and go deep there. So there you have that. Other niches, I often, and Tina will say this, I love the book. Now my memory's drawing a blank, but the Blue Ocean Strategy. It's a book. Go read it, everyone. It's a fantastic book. Everyone's going after the red ocean, like where there's lots of sharks and blood in the water, because everybody's there competing, right? So Blue Ocean Strategy, can you be different? Can you go after niches, sub-niches of a niche that you are the expert in, hands down? So we actually have a lot of software companies that come to us and want help in consulting, or they're developing some software, and that's kind of cool for that. And so I will shut up right now, and I'll let Tina answer the rest, because I know I was long-breathed on that answer.
That's okay. Brian, is this a question you wanted me to answer as well, or was this the one directed to Maria?
We'd love to have your feedback, because I know you approach it from a different perspective. Same as Mario and I. Mario takes it completely different than I do, and I think you guys, part of the power of this interview today is it's 2 vantage points, and it's really neat.
Absolutely. Well, when it comes to niches, I agree completely with Maria. There's the red ocean strategy. Everybody and their brother is sending people to the same old niches, but you have to look at these niches differently. One of the things I'm going to tell you when I look at a niche is, like Maria had said, value. What is the net worth? What client do they value and is the most important to them, and what level it is for them? How do they price that customer, or how do they evaluate that customer? But another interesting thing to consider, and we'll go with 2 examples on this, is money that depends on other people. For instance, chiropractic industry, or even the plastic surgeon industry, we'll go with medical first. They value the client that is paying out of pocket. This goes for the acupuncturist or the massage therapist. They value the client that is paying out of pocket and can be paying out of pocket. The same thing with the cosmetic dentistry, for instance, because I just had some stuff done, 20 grand. They value me more as a client because I'm paying out of pocket, as opposed to an insurance-based client. Because an example my acupuncturist gave me is she charges $150 for a visit. However, that very same visit, that very same treatment, she only gets $15 from the insurance company when she sees that patient. So who does she value more? Not as a person, but from a business perspective, I'm the client that she needs more of to feed her family. My plastic surgeon, we had exactly the same conversation. The reason why he pays me the big bucks is because he wants me to find the people who are not being referred to him from the insurance companies. Not that he doesn't do the same quality job, but the same $5,000 service, he only gets $1,200 when it comes from a insurance-based claim. Now let's take that to the real world and out of the medical. I live in Florida, so air conditioners are super important here. Having 4 daughters, washers and dryers are super important for me. I had both of them repaired in the last 2 months. washer and dryer average, because he spoke to me about doing business with them, actually both of them did, his average visit is about $1,200 when you're fixing the washer and dryer, especially with the issues that I had that were very common. Mine was under warranty, so the payment was dependent on Home Depot, wherever. So I ended up giving this guy a huge tip because he ended up putting it under warranty, but if he had been charging me outright, I would have paid him $1,200. Home Depot only paid him $500 for the same service. So why did he want to connect with me? I can go find him more people that are not warranty-based clients. Same thing with the air conditioner guy, because for me, that's a $5,000 nut. His average visit is anywhere between $1,000 and $1,500. But when he's seeing somebody from referred from a warranty company, that's not where his meat and potatoes are. He wants us to go help him find people who have no air. It's 90 degrees here in Florida, and they're pulling money out, their credit cards out, to pay him the $5,000 to get their units replaced. So you can see how it's very important to evaluate your customer, what their valuation of their customer is, and where the check comes from. Guys, does that make sense when you're looking at niches?
No, absolutely. That makes total sense. And I think we're going to move right to the direct questions, and we're going to start with Maria. And let's talk a little bit about the mobile SEO.
There you go, Mario. Why don't you take it away?
Yeah, so we talked a little bit about it yesterday, Maria, and we just wanted to see what your thoughts are, about, I mean, there's a lot of information out there, and it contradicts, and it's very difficult to really, come up with some strategies. But maybe just share your overall opinion about mobile SEO, and what do you think where direction it is heading?
Yeah, Mario, that's a great question, and because one of our recent programs made over 6,000 people, and our product around mobile and SEO and websites and getting clients, we actually had kind of an epiphany during that training. Mobile SEO was confusing the heck out of a lot of people. If you're just starting consulting, here was our standard answer we came up with that kind of helped a lot of you. If you have a client that will pay you $25,000 or more, let me repeat that, $25,000 or more to develop, an online marketing strategy that involves mobile, or a mobile marketing strategy. That means they're obviously doing good business, over $1 million in revenues. Then you can drill down deep into mobile SEO and help them. If you're just starting a consulting firm and your initial revenues coming in from your prospects, turning into them into clients with, $500 mobile optimized website set up, or $1,000 mobile optimized website set up, and say $500 a month for SMS, may I strongly suggest to use the KISS methodology, keep it simple, sexy. And what I mean by that is just go with a .mobi site. Just go, whatever their domain is. Even myself, like Maria Goodell's .mobi, right? Or and just put their mobile optimized website on that domain. Two reasons why. Then you don't have to worry about all their web designers, programmers, blah, 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 because you can host. This is really important to think about future passive money revenue from the client. You can then host the .mobi site for them and charge them a monthly fee for that as well, all right? It's just easier, it's simpler, okay? Now, moving forward with the proper way, mobile SEO way, and according to Matt Cutts, this isn't from me or even our, and we paid $1,000 to an SEO expert to research this for us as well, so that I kind of, I double checked on this. Matt Cutts, who works for Google, and is kind of like the people listen to him as the SEO god for things, and sometimes he throws a little red herring at you too and tries to trick all of us about SEO. I get it, but let's just go back to the research, what research says and what Fortune 500 companies are doing. I like to also look at what the big boys are doing and the big girls. The bigger companies are, and for mobile SEO, the true best practice is m.yourdomain.com. So Victoria's Secrets is an example. It's m.victoriassecrets.com. Watch commercials now. I'm sure a lot of you watch TV or go to the movies. Watch commercials. They're starting to advertise mobile sites. It's always m. Isn't it? It's never .mobi, right? So, but why? Because these guys have millions of dollars in their marketing budget. They can afford to do it right, in that way. going with a .mobi site, in my eyes, is an 8 out of 10. Still okay to do. m.yourdomain.com is a 10 out of 10 from an SEO perspective, because if Google's telling you they like m.yourdomain.com, then what is that going to mean in the future for search engine placement on page 1 of Google? Most likely m. And we've done the tests. I'm not going to show it to you on the webinar right now, but we've split tested this. We've done the test. Guaranteed certain search terms, if it's an m.yourdomain.com, will show up on first page of Google more than a .mobi site. All right, so that's my 2 cents about mobile SEO. There's a lot more about it, though, about just being found on a mobile device, and that involves Google Places, that involves comments and feedback of what your customers are saying to you online, so you can get ranked higher, whether you envelop that into mobile SEO or just call it, how the heck do I get on page 1 of Google, whatever. But there are other mobile strategies, customer testimonial strategies you can use to help that business get found on first page of Google. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. No, Maria, it's dead on. I mean, I think we're on the same page there. And I watched that same video of Matt Cutts when he talks about the M dot, and I'm with you. .mobi is a lot simpler, but you know, if you have a large client, you got that $50,000, $100,000 client, you're going to go to a whole different level, you know, of scale with that client. So great feedback. Thank you.
Great, cool.
All right, Mario, anything else? Do you want to comment on the mobile SEO, or do we want to move over to Tina now? And Tina, we have a special question just for you. We're going to, if it's okay, we'll skip mobile SEO for you, and we're going to get into a little bit of a social media question.
Cool.
All right, let's see. Here we go. Go to webinar gods, cooperate.
Oh, good luck with that.
Yeah, here we are. Okay, Tina, you can read it, but I'll read it to you. Is how do you see social media intersecting with mobile this year, and what kind of impact do you see social media having on a local business's mobile website? So, you know, that whole LOSO, all those little acronyms, how do you see them playing out, and, you know, what's your predictions for this year? What have you seen in the real world? Tell us what you got.
Well, truthfully, I'm a little sad about the social media and the mobile integration, because my mainstay is my social media hat trick, which is Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and I'm going to have to go with a 4 score and add mobile to it. So I'm going to have to get some new graphics done on my hat trick and bring mobile in as a new player. So it's causing me a little stress, because it's going to make my graphics guy go a little crazy and bring that mobile in on it with maybe a little QR code on the hockey puck. But yeah, it's inevitable. Think about Facebook, guys. Facebook mobile. I can tell you, for example, I was at a restaurant recently, and not only did I have an Android, my daughters have iPhones. Their phones are on the table until we shoo them off. But as we looked around, my daughter actually pointed it out to me as I was, put your phones away, put your phones away. She said, look around, Mom. Pretty much every table has a phone on it. Now think about that, guys. Think about every phone, every table having a phone on it, and take that to the next level. We talked about in another product that Maria and I had done 7 steps to social mobile integration, and just let's take that one thing, your social proof. And as Maria talked about earlier, many clients know Facebook, so they already have it. And how can you integrate Facebook and mobile? Well, your phone on the table, social proof. You're at a restaurant and you offer a free dessert or a coupon for their next visit if they take a picture and upload it directly to their page, or send it in, you know, or sign up right there on the spot to their mailing list. Think about that, what that would do for a restaurant. Or I personally did this at a Fishbone Grill here, a Bonefish Grill here, where literally I was waiting to be seated, and the lady, they said to me right there, I scanned a QR code and filled in the opt-in, and it immediately emailed me a coupon for my application. Now, how cool is that? So the integration is going to be crazy, and having both of those available, you know, think of the user experiences on Facebook. Right now, that's not me.
Tina, sorry to interrupt. No, it's not you. As someone, there's some movement on a mic that's making a big wind sound. But Tina, remind them what we did for one of our clients, the Miami Fashion Show a few years back, where we had
yes.
them. Yeah.
Yes, integration is essential. That's where I was going next, is basically thinking about contests, things that you can do when they're already comfortable with Facebook. We had an international keyword, fashion show that we had worked on down in Miami Beach. We did a contest for them giving away a Tiffany necklace, and we integrated Facebook and an SMS text campaign with it. Literally during the fashion show, you saw people, because behind the backdrop from where the models were coming in, that we had the information text to, and you could win the Tiffany necklace. You saw people pulling out on the videos and in person, pulling out their phones so that they could text to win this. Now we had it integrated with Facebook so that these messages were also going through Facebook, and they were able to join the contest right on Facebook. Now the thing about Facebook right now is tabs don't show on Facebook. So if you're creating custom tabs on Facebook, that's not going to show up on a mobile device. But what is really cool is utilizing images. You can utilize images and take pictures of your contests, your offers, your coupons, run them through your Facebook page. That will show up. Creating a mobile site with, many of you are familiar with Tap to Call. I call it Tap to Connect. Connect right there to your Facebook page and have them like your Facebook page right from your mobile device. List building, just contests, coupons, VIP clubs, all of this is fun stuff. And then if you want to bring QR codes and SMS into it, think of your profile banner, or for those of you using timelines now, on your cover or on a custom tab, putting a QR code that can be scanned to wherever you want them to go on a Mobi device. It's an amazing way to build your community, build your credibility, and position yourself, utilizing both tools. And if you already have clients, many of you may have already been out there going through Brian and Mario's programs, that you might already be doing Facebook or other types of social media services, the upsell to the mobile, because it's a very powerful combination, and syndicating between the two of them is something that they're going to absolutely need. Guys, does that help answer how it's essential to be able to be doing both for your clients?
I love it. No, I think it's perfect. Mario, what about you? I think I might have Mario maybe on mute. Mario, are you there? Ooh, he's tricking us.
No, I was on mute. Yeah. No, I love it. And honestly, most of the things I haven't thought about, I gotta be honest, I'm not that much into social media. In combination with mobile, it's some great points there with the usage of the QR code. I think that's really cool. What do you think, Brian?
I agree. I do a lot of Facebook, as everybody knows, a lot of software around Facebook and social media. But I will admit I have not done a very good job, at least as of yet, integrating my social media strategies with anything mobile. So that's kind of one of my missions for 2012, is to kind of build synergy between them. Add value to the client when I create packages and offers. And I really think that, and I know both Maria and Tina, you've talked about it. Mario and I have hit on this a few times. For those of you that are talking about ranking your mobile sites, the last thing you want to do is all those silly high-volume backlink generator programs. You know where you want to spend your time? It's all about social and local. So you get those social sites that Tina's talking about, the Facebook, the Twitter, and you get some authority links from those sites coupled with some local links, your Google Places, your directory sites. That is the only linking you need to do right now on mobile sites. You don't need to play those silly link games that the traditional SEO guys have to play. So just a nugget to kind of share out there, but I love it. The social stuff is so key this year. So Tina, what else, guys? Where are we right now? This was the last official question, and knowing that 4 personalities on the phone, I know the call will go where the call goes, and I do need to be mindful Maria has an appointment, and so we may have a hard stop with Maria.
Okay, yeah, I do got to get going, but this has been fantastic. I really enjoyed this. I can see how I'm going 8 hours, because I'd love to have gotten your opinions on a lot of the stuff too. So yeah.
No, thank you guys so much for being on the call. I appreciate it a lot, and I actually took a lot of notes myself, so I really appreciate all the value that you guys just delivered. Thanks.
Well,
Awesome.
you guys are absolutely full of that KLT factor, as I like to call it, know, like, trust, and we love doing work with you guys because you guys are just a perfect community and fit so well with everything we do. So thank you. Really appreciate being here.
No, Tina, yeah, likewise. And for everybody on the call, you guys, you know this has been a real treat. Maria and Tina shared so much on this call. It's been roughly 90 minutes. Why don't we, in the interest of the audience, Mario, do you want to take one or two questions, and we'll ask them before Maria has to head out and before Tina has to leave? We could just take one or two audience questions if you've seen them, and we'll give them a chance to kind of answer real time. There's been a small studio audience, if you will. This wasn't a large call. This was designed to be more of an intimate setting. For those of you that are here, know that we appreciate your time today, and we're very thankful for that. And so as a result, we'd love to answer one or two questions. We can't do the normal 80 question answering today. It just won't fit the schedule. But we'd love to take one or two questions. And so, Mario, do you see one?
Yeah, I saw one for Maria about the resource. I think it was the blueprint, and I can grab that link if it's actually available right now, and we can post it in the members area for everybody. Is it? I think it's the mind map, right? Was it called Blueprint? I don't remember the exact name, Maria.
Yeah, but to be fair, I'd like to send the link to that with your affiliate link because, hey, we're all, also affiliate marketers as well. Could I name a domain that we will then put your affiliate link in for it, Mario and Brian?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so it's not going to work right now, everyone, but it's going to work real soon. So basically, if you go to Tina, are you okay if I use the Maria Loves one? Or
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know which other one to use for lack of that, but marialoves.com, and just go / blueprint. And again, that doesn't work right now because I got to set up the redirect with your affiliate link, but because this is a recording that a lot of people should listen to again and again and take notes, I just think it's only right to do it with you guys being with your affiliate link. That's just the way we roll.
Okay, great.
Thank you. Mario, what else? Let's see. We have Ken Santucci on the call. No QR questions from Ken or comments. Let's see. Who else? What do you see here? Any?
Yeah, so basically we had a question here. And Maria, if you got to run, that's totally cool. We're just going to forward it to Tina because
Okay, yeah,
got that appointment.
Yeah, I should jump off. So thanks a lot, everyone, and everyone have fun making tons of money with mobile marketing. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
You know what, guys? We had a blueprint on Facebook. I was just looking for it here while Maria was speaking, but we actually had a 7-step formula, Facebook mobile marketing formula, that I'll throw on there. It's got the 7 steps that I just started talking about, and I'll throw that blueprint on there as a bonus and I'll tell Maria to throw that on there. If anybody looks for the regular blueprint, which is more of a full circle blueprint, we'll add the 7-step formula Facebook mobile marketing formula on with that too as a bonus. Is that cool?
Thank you.
No, that's
very cool.
Yeah, thank you. And for those of you on the call, I actually have the blueprint from when they first released it. It is really good. And I think the takeaway for those of you listening to this is you got a lot of different styles and strategies. You have a New York City approach, has kind of gone into the community-based social media. With Tina, you got Maria's background with software and consulting. You got Mario and attorneys. You got my own kind of diverse search background. And I think the beauty of this call is you're getting fairly successful, not only marketers, but local client. We all work with lots and lots of local clients. And I think that the styles being different, when you see this blueprint, you're going to say, wow, and you're going to say, hey, I'm going to tweak it like this, or I'm going to change this. And you know what? That's what you should do. It's all about customizing this and personalizing everything you do to fit your brand. So if the brand is Gonti in Atlanta, he's going to be completely different than Ken Santucci out in Seal Beach. So it's how it goes. And just keep that in mind with everything you hear, everything you learn here and elsewhere. It's about taking these nuggets and reusing them to fit your business, not mine, not Tina's, not Mario's, not Maria's, nobody else's. It's got to be all about you.
You hit the nail on the head. That happens to be one of the biggest issues we see as we work with students is they try to customize their business into our blueprints and instead of the other way around. Remember, you're 100% responsible for your own everything, so this is about you, and you could not have said it better, because once they start structuring around themselves, they'll see tremendous success.
Yeah,
Excellent.
absolutely. And let's wrap up the call with the last question. As you're a social media expert, Tina, what do you think about the whole attempt from Google with Google Plus, to compete obviously with Facebook, and now maybe it's even going to influence SEO rankings? Do you get questions from clients, or is it not in the awareness of clients yet? What's your opinion on Google Plus?
I don't believe in competition, only cooperation. When it comes to me, it comes to my business. Every time there's a new strong player out there, that's a new strong tool for my toolbox. And yes, you're finding that clients don't really know too much about what Google Plus is. Some of them know just enough to be dangerous, but for all of you, just get enough of a handle on it so that you can implement it into your packages, because it is going to be a player. My personal opinion is Google Plus is definitely going to be a player out there, especially now that with the business sections of it where they're trying to run competition with Facebook pages, the new changes coming up with Facebook pages, making them timelines with the timeline on the pages. There's going to be a lot of changes coming up, so you should have enough familiarity with both of them so that you could, depending on what the needs of the client are, you can offer the tools to bring return on investment. So